Alrighty, folks, we are about 4 minutes away from first pitch. Hello, everyone, and welcome to another edition of me calling random games. Oh my goodness, chill out, phone. But yeah, we got the Dodgers and the 49ers. Oh my gosh, I am very sorry. Dodgers and the Giants. My mind is too much on the NFL right now. Should be a good one. The Giants held on last night. They won 8-7. That game, the Giants the Dodgers almost came back. The Giants were up 5-2. No, what is this? 8-2. Heading into the sixth, and the Dodgers just kept on coming closer and closer and closer. Just could not push it across though. But yeah, the Giants held on to win 8-7. And, I think it'll be a good game today, and hopefully we got a good one, hopefully. I'm glad I didn't put the Pirates today because they are getting wrecked right now. Pirates are down by a lot. The Giants starting pitcher today, they are the home team, so they'll be pitching first. Is going to be Landon Roop. He's a 6-5 record, 6-5 pitcher, 3.39 ERA, a whip of a 1.46. The whip isn't all that fantastic by any means, but the ERA is pretty darn good. So, and of course, starting today for the Dodgers is actually Shohei Ohtani. We'll see how long he goes. He hasn't really went too long, but we'll worry about that whenever he's about to be pitching. Now, we do have to, I don't know why I clicked off that. He is leading off today. Whenever we do return, of course, to coverage here. Again, it's going to be Dodgers-Giants today. Hopefully it's a good one. Again, the Giants won 8-7 yesterday. So if we get a game like that, it'll be very entertaining. We might get some good calls today. We might have some exciting things to say on this broadcast. But, we are just, again, about a minute or two away from first pitch. Roop is your starting pitcher for the Giants. So we'll see how it goes. Starting lineups for the Dodgers: Ohtani, Betts, Freeman, Hernandez, Conforto, Pages, Kim, Edman, and Rushing. Starting lineup for the Giants: Yastrzemski, Ramos, Devers, Chapman, Adames, Lee, Schmidt, Smith, and Bailey. Well, I'm very sorry about that, RFK. I'm very sorry about that. That is horrible. But just you do what you got to do. Again, this is sports. Real life is much more important than this. So never apologize about not being here because of real life issues. So you're good. You're good, man. As Roop delivers, that's going to be in there for a called strike. Yeah, no, just I don't pray as much as I should, but I'll definitely keep you and your prayers. That's going to be a breaking ball. Chop to first. That's going to step on the bag for out number one. That's going to bring up Mookie Betts, batting .249, OPS of .709, 11 home runs, and 45 RBIs. Already one out here. Ohtani grounded out. Here's Betts. That's going to be taken for a called strike. Oh, 1 count. Here's the pitch. That's going to be a swing and a miss. Strike 2. 0-2 count. Here's the pitch. Swing and a miss. He struck him out. Down goes Betts very quickly. 2 outs. That'll bring up Freddie Freeman, batting .295, OPS of .840, 10 homers, and 47 RBIs. Freeman. Roop delivers. That's a swing and a miss. Strike 1. Roop is working really fast. I admire this. 0-1 count. Roop delivers. That's going to be in there, but ball 1. 1-1 count. The babe is worse than Tony. I mean, I guess so. I'm sure there's people out there that do that. 1-1 count. Here is the pitch. That's going to be hit to left field. At the warning track, off the wall. Freeman just jogging into second. Ramos has it. Still doesn't really have it. Now he does. Throws it to third. Freeman, well, he's doing a certain dance at second base. If you're a Dodgers fan or really anyone, you probably know what dance that is. That'll bring up Teoscar Hernandez. He's batting .257, OPS of .760, 14 home runs, and 56 RBIs. As Freeman is on at second with 2 outs in the top of the first. 0-0 is the score in San Francisco. Roop sets, looks back at Freeman, and delivers. That's a breaking ball outside for ball 1. 1-0 count to Teoscar Hernandez. Roop sets, looks back at Freeman, and delivers. That's going to be low for ball 2. The Dodgers 5-4 when I call games for them. San Francisco 5-7. They seem to struggle whenever I call a game. Here's the 2-0. That's going to be an off-speed pitch in there for strike 1. 2-1 is the count to Teoscar Hernandez. Runner on second. Roop sets and deals. That's going to be fouled back. Strike 2. So 2-2 count to Teoscar Hernandez. Freeman on at second with the 2-out double. Hernandez digging back in. Oh, no, actually he's going to step back out. So he's not going to ask for time. Again, 2-2 count. Giants winning yesterday 8-7. Dodgers almost came back. As Roop sets, looks back at Freeman, and delivers. That's going to be outside, ball 3. Count is 3-2. Conforto is on deck. Roop sets and delivers. It's going to be chopped foul. So we'll do it again at 3-2. Three and two count. Count is full. Hernandez apparently bats over 400 with runners in scoring position of 2 outs, as that's going to be sliced foul. Hernandez just trying to stay alive here. Roop was very, very quick with his, the first 2 batters here. Freeman getting the double. Hernandez just fighting it off. As Roop sets and delivers, that's going to be fouled back. So once again, 3-2. Look at your cards up 5-3. Look at that. Look at that. 3-2. Roop looks back at Freeman and delivers. Hernandez hits it very high to center, left center. And Ramos makes the catch for out number 3. Nothing doing there for the Dodgers. Despite the double, we head to the bottom of the first. Your score, 0-0. All right, folks, if you've never seen me before, I don't blame you. I'm not exactly the most popular guy on YouTube. I am calling a bunch of random games across Major League Baseball. Of course, I am a Pirates fan. You probably may have noticed the logo here. But yeah, it is a lot of Pirates, but I do bounce around baseball. So if you are a fan of Major League Baseball, a fan of live streams, definitely like and subscribe for more play-by-play action. As I mentioned before, this is the 10th game that I've done for the Dodgers. This is the 13th game I've done for the Giants. So I do the NL West a lot. Diamondbacks I've done 12 times, Padres 10 times. So I do show a lot of love to the NL West. Let's see here. Yeah, no, the Cardinals up 5-3 over the Braves. The bottom of the 8th. Twins all over the Pirates 10-2. Mariners leading 7-1 over the Tigers. And then there's a lot of games starting right now across Major League Baseball. The only game that is completed is actually the Cubs and the Yankees. The Cubs were able to win 5-4. 8-2 over the Yankees. Whenever we do return again, here's the lineup for the Giants. Yastrzemski, Ramos, Devers, Chapman, Adames, Lee, Schmidt, Smith, and Bailey. Yastrzemski will be the one, though, that's going to lead things off for the Giants today, as he usually does. He's batting .245 on the year, OPS of .725, 8 home runs, and 28 RBIs. You skipped the future score. I did. I don't think that matters at the moment. All right, starting pitcher for the Dodgers is indeed Shohei Ohtani. And I forgot to put that hashtag in there. That's a killer. 1.50 ERA, 6 innings pitched, so it really hasn't played much. Whip, though, of a .83, so that's pretty darn good. So is the ERA, but we'll see if he's able to go a little bit longer. I think the only other start I've seen for him is just 1 inning. So we'll see. It's MLB. Not really. All right, Yastrzemski digging in as Ohtani. Wind up and the pitch. That's going to be low for ball 1, 95 on the gun. 1-0 count to Mike Yastrzemski as Ohtani delivers. That's going to be hit to left, and that's going to go out of play. Count is 1-1 to Yastrzemski. Nobody on here. Bottom of the first, 0-0 is your score in this NL West rivalry game. Here's the 1-1. That's going to be in there for a called strike. At the knees. 98 on the gun. And Yastrzemski is going to ask for time. Giants, again, they did win 8-7 yesterday, so game 1 was pretty exciting. Here is the 1-2. Swing and a miss. He struck him out. 99 upstairs out of the zone. That's going to bring up Heliot Ramos. Batting .265, OPS of .775, 14 home runs, and 47 RBIs. As Ohtani delivers, that's going to be hit foul. 0-1 count for Ramos. It's been pretty solid this year. The most consistent Giant here is the pitch. That's a swing and a miss, strike 2, though he has struggled as of late. OPS in the 400s there. 0-2. Ohtani kicks and deals. Swing and a miss. He struck him out. Back-to-back strikeouts. Each of them up above the zone. 100 miles per hour on that pitch, too. That'll bring up Rafael Devers, batting .260, OPS of .858, 17 home runs on the year, and 67 RBIs. Ohtani delivers. Swing and a miss, strike 1, 94 miles per hour on the cutter. Count is 0-1. Ohtani delivers. That's a swing and a miss, strike 2, 87 on the outside corner. Oh and 2. Ohtani delivers. That's going to be way upstairs. Ball 1, 100 miles per hour. Glad you're not calling Pirates. I know, I just saw the score earlier. Jeez. Tomorrow, though, I will be calling Pirates Twins. Last game, of course, before the All-Star break. And Ohtani's going to ask for time despite him being on the mound. I know he could, step off there, but it's just interesting. Of course, that's just the culture there. A lot of respect and manners, and I do admire that. Would be nice to see that in the U.S. of A. As here is the 1-2. That's going to be popped up, and that's going to go out of play. But thank you for stopping by, Denny. Appreciate you. I might see you tomorrow. I might not. I don't know. But, yeah, we'll be doing Pirates Twins tomorrow That'll be the last game I do for a while. Well, I'm doing the All-Star game. Unsure if I'm doing the home run derby. Here is the 1-2. Breaking ball, swing and a miss. He struck him out. Down go the Giants. 1-2-3. We head to the top of the second. It is 0-0. Bear with me for a second. I will keep this on here. I need to make a little change to the broadcast. But if you do like what you hear, folks, definitely like and subscribe for more play-by-play content. Definitely helps me out a lot. You have no idea. It wasn't too long ago where I started off at just, I was at 30 subscribers, and now I'm at 323. So I guess I'm doing something right, and I messed it up. I did not do something right there. Okay, now we did. We're back. We're good. We're good. We're back. But yeah, again, I do my best to bounce around Major League Baseball. It really helps the fact that the Pirates aren't any good, so I don't really want to see them play and lose. But of course, we'll be probably seeing them lose tomorrow. But yeah, again, I did the Dodgers not too long ago. I mean, again, 10th game of the year for the Dodgers. I do a lot of Dodgers, and of course, I do a lot of Giants. Actually, the second most featured team on the channel behind my Pirates. So again, if you're a fan of these teams, I do bounce around baseball, and of course, do you guys more than the other teams. Whenever we do return to San Francisco, it's going to be Michael Conforto at the plate, followed by Pages and Kim. And also feel free to chat down below, talk about whatever you like. I do try to respond to every comment. I do. Futures game at 0-0. I hope that made somebody happy. A lot of 0-0s happening. Of course, again, a lot of games just now starting. So that is why. As we're returning to San Francisco, where it is 0-0 in the top of the second. And probably one of the most, if not the, well, no, it's the second most beautiful, as that's going to be in there for a called strike. Second most beautiful stadium, in my opinion, in San Francisco. 0-1 count. Roop delivers. Breaking ball in there for a called strike. Behind, of course, PNC Park. PNC Park definitely great. As Conforto asking for time. These pitchers working very, very quickly today. As Roop delivers. That's going to be hit. Just foul. And I mean just foul. As you're going to see the ball boy attempt to get there. And, of course, it's not really a ball boy in San Francisco. It's a ball grandpa. Tried, but he didn't quite get there as Yastrzemski had to help him. Here is the 0-2. Breaking ball dips below the zone. That's going to be a ball one. Count is 1-2. Michael Conforto. Here is the pitch. That's going to be hit left and foul. So the count is, again, 1-2. Nobody out. Roop delivers. That's going to be hit to first. Oh, he can't quite get there. Throws, and it throws it away. And the third baseman's going to have to come and get it. Tried to handle it. It was pretty tough. It was good effort by Smith at first to kind of knock it down. It could have really been a double, to be honest with you. Smith threw it wildly, though. Threw it wildly. The pitcher was there at the bag. The throw not even close. That's going to bring up Andy Pages. Batting .283. Here is the pitch. Breaking ball, swing and a miss. Strike one. OPS of .803, 17 home runs, and 58 RBIs. That was just a hot shot down the right field line earlier. Again, a good stop by Smith. Not so great of a throw as that's going to be outside ball one. But again, he did prevent the runner from going to second. 1-1 count. Roop delivers. That's going to be in there for a called strike. Checked his swing, but, well, it was in the strike zone. Count is 1-2 as Pages is going to ask for time. readjusting the gloves. And he'll step back in. Roop sets. Looks over at first and delivers. That's going to be hit foul. Just poked at there. Count is 1-2, 1 man on, nobody out here in the top of the second. Roop sets and delivers. That's going to be chopped foul yet again. One and two. Roop likes the side, sets, and fires. That's inside. Almost hit him. Ball 2, 92 on the gun. Count is 2-2. Roop delivers. That's going to be chopped once again foul. Just a lot of foul balls this at bat. Seven pitches in the at bat. 30 pitches so far for Roop. He's been working fast, but a lot of pitches being thrown. Roop delivers. That's going to be popped up, and that will get out of play. So 2-2 count, top of the second. No, one man on. Nobody out. That's what I meant to say right there. Unfortunate. As we're waiting to resume play here. All right, Roop sets, looks over at first, and delivers. Ground ball to short. Tosses. Oh, no, he can't complete the toss. Oh, and he's taken off for third. And he's going to get there. Oh, my goodness. For some reason, the throw or the little toss there was way offline. Damas with a nice stop, but the toss to second was just way, way away from the bag. It wasn't that far. That was pretty funny, actually. All right, runners on the corners, nobody out. That'll bring up Hae-Sung Kim, batting .349, OPS of .870, two home runs and 12 RBIs. Here's the pitch, breaking ball in there for a called strike. 0-1 count to Kim. Dodgers with a big opportunity here. Roop delivers. That's a swing and a miss. Strike two. 87. About 6 inches outside. Count is 0-2. Roop sets. And delivers. Tapper foul. Looks like Kim is going to ask for a new bat, as, yeah, I did see something fly off there. End of the bat kind of a little bit chipped off there. All right, 0-2 here for Kim. Strikeout would be huge for the Giants. It's Roop sets. And delivers. Swing and a miss. He struck him out. 93 at his eyes. He just liked it. But wasn't ideal. All right, that's going to bring up Tommy Edman. It's batting .230, OPS of .693, 10 home runs, and 38 RBIs. All right, Roop sets and delivers. That's going to be in there for a called strike, 87 miles per hour. 0-1 count, runners on the corners, one out. Roop delivers. That's a swing and a miss. Strike two, 88 below the knees. Oh, and 2 count. Roop sets on the 0-2. Delivers. That's going to be in the dirt. Ball 1. 1-2 count here for Tommy Edman. Runners on the corners. Conforto at third. Pages at first. Here's the pitch. Outside. Ball 2. And the Giants faithful are not too thrilled with the call, though that one was well outside. 2-2. Roop sets. And delivers. That's going to be yanked. Foul. A lot of pop behind that one. There we go. There's the ball boy. Running back. The ball boy. All right, 2-2. Roop sets. Looks over at first. And delivers. Outside. Ball 3. Again, Giants faithful not happy with the call. That one, again, that one was well outside. 3-2. Roop. It's going to toss over to first. Pages. It's going to stay on at first. 3-2. Roop delivers. That's going to be hit to second. It's going to have to toss to first for the sure out there, but a runner will score. The Dodgers taking the lead 1-0. That will bring up Dalton Rushing. Batting .231, OPS of .629, 1 home run, and 10 RBIs. Runner on second. That is Pages. Roop delivers. That is upstairs. Ball 1. Roop at 44 pitches. Roop delivers. That's going to be outside. Ball 2. Roop is kind of struggling here. Roop sets. And delivers. That's going to be hit to left. Ramos under it. Makes the catch for out number 3. The Dodgers do score a run, though. They lead 1-0 over the Giants. And once again, folks, if you like what you see or hear, definitely like and subscribe for more play-by-play content. Currently happening, the Twins all over the Pirates 12-3. That is just terrible. Braves leading the Cardinals 6-5 in the bottom of the 8th. Mariners leading the Tigers 7-1 in the bottom of the 5th. Zeros across the board in Baltimore, Kansas City, and the Red Sox. The Nationals leading 1-0 over the Brewers. Reds leading 1-0 over the Rockies. Zeros in Chicago as well. And, of course, the Cubs were able to defeat the Yankees 5-2 earlier today. In commercial break, again, if you like what you see or hear, rather, definitely like and subscribe. Been doing a bunch of baseball games, mostly Pirates, but I do bounce around. You guys are featured a lot on this channel compared to the other teams. So hopefully that is able to win you over. If not, it is what it is. But yeah, I do bounce around. NL West has been featured a lot, except for the Rockies. Rockies have not been featured a lot. But the other teams have, all 4 of them. Dodgers, they're tied with the best record in the NL. The Cubs win today. Due up for the Giants will be Chapman, Adames, and Lee. As we're, I'm assuming, making our way back to San Francisco soon. Anyway, it doesn't matter. Chapman batting .241, OPS of .791, 12 home runs, and 31 RBIs. As we are making our way back to San Francisco, where the Dodgers lead 1-0 over the Giants. Sorry, guys, nothing's going on. They're showing a street. Dodgers with 3 hits. In this one here is the pitch. That's going to be in there for a called strike. Ohtani out there for the second inning. 0-1 count to Matt Chapman. Ohtani delivers. That's going to be a ground ball to short. Betts throws to first for out number 1. That'll bring up Willy Adames. Adames is batting .225, OPS of .694, 12 homers, and 48 RBIs. Adames tied for second in RBI leaders among shortstops since June 10th. It's a month. Here's the pitch. That's going to be outside ball 1, 97 on the fastball. Count is 1-0. Ohtani delivers. That's going to be in there for a called strike. 97 on the gun on the inside corner. Count is 1-1. Ohtani delivers. That's going to be hit in foul territory. And Edman will make the catch for out number 2. All right, that'll bring up Jung-Hoo Lee. It's batting .251, OPS of .720, 6 home runs, and 40 RBIs. Here is the pitch. That's going to be a breaking ball inside for ball 1. 1-0. Ohtani delivers. That's going to be low for ball 2. Two-0 count. Lee apparently has never faced Ohtani. That's pretty cool. Here is the pitch. That's going to be almost hit him. Lee had to stumble out of the way. Ball 3. Japan and South Korea, they are definitely baseball rivals. Probably in other ways as well. Here's the 3-0. That's going to be outside ball 4. Ohtani walks Lee on 4 pitches. That's going to bring up Casey Schmidt. Batting .264, OPS of .775, 4 home runs, and 16 RBIs. Ohtani delivers. Breaking ball in there for a called strike. Count is 0-1 to the third baseman Schmidt. Ohtani delivers. Schmidt pops it up, and Betts makes the catch for out number 3. Nothing doing there for the Giants. We head to the top of the third. Dodgers leading 1-0. And again, if you like what you see or hear, definitely like and subscribe. It definitely helps out the channel a lot. I really do appreciate you guys for even clicking on this video. Just doing that helps out a lot as well. But yeah, again, been doing baseball games for a while. If you're a football fan, definitely subscribe. We'll be doing a lot of football, college and NFL. I already have the Hall of Fame game up. I already have other games up as well. So I'm ready to go. We just got to get baseball, well, not baseball, but really just football season here. Football needs to get here and fast. These teams, of course, looking like they are the Dodgers for sure. Giants, I mean, they're playing well. A lot of questions to see if they can keep it up, of course. Doesn't really help, again, that, you know, the NL has a lot of really solid teams. The Giants, you know, again, they just keep winning and winning and winning. So why not the Giants? You know, that's kind of the attitude. Giants plus the differential there, plus 21. So that's always, you know, something people look at. I know I do. Giants, though, just, again, doesn't matter as long as you keep winning. Does not matter one bit. Due up for the Dodgers whenever we do return to action will be Shohei Ohtani, Betts, Mookie Betts, and Freddie Freeman. Ohtani is batting .277 on the year, OPS of .995, 32 home runs, and 60 RBIs. As we are returning to San Francisco, where the Dodgers lead 1-0. All right, here is the pitch. That's going to be a ground ball to second. Throws to first for out number 1. So 1 pitch, 1 out. Ohtani goes down. He was 0 for 1. Now he's 0 for 2. That'll bring up Mookie Betts. He's also 0 for 1 now. Batting .249, OPS of .708, 11 home runs, and 45 RBIs. Barry Bonds joining the San Francisco crew in the studio. That's pretty cool. Here is the pitch. That is outside ball 1. 1-0 count. Roop delivers, breaking ball in there for a called strike. 1-1 counts. Here is the pitch. Checked his swing. Appeals to first. He went. 1-2. Umpire is going to let it go. Catcher really wanted the appeal there. Here is the 1-2. That's going to be yanked to left. Ramos is going to watch this go foul. Count is 1-2. So showing all this interview here with Barry Bonds. Roop delivers the 1-2. Swing and a miss. He struck him out. Roop has held Ohtani and Betts to a combined 0-4. That'll bring up Freddie Freeman, though. He doubled in the first inning, batting .298, OPS of .847, 10 home runs, and 47 RBIs. Roop, wind up, and the pitch. That's going to be hit foul. Oh, 1 count. Here is the pitch. That's going to be hit foul yet again. 0-2 very quickly here. 1 strike away from a very quick inning. As Roop delivers. Checked his swing. He did not go. One and two. Roop delivers. That's going to be hit foul yet again. Freeman just loves to make contact. He knows how to work that pitch count. Here is the 1-2. That's going to be hit foul yet again. Freeman just sending many, many souvenirs. I don't think that's a problem, of course. 1-2. Roop. Wind up and the pitch. Called strike 3 on a pitch that was low and outside. That one was just, the Giants got a call. We head to the bottom of the third. Dodgers leading 1-0. Man. All right, let's see what's happening across Major League Baseball. Currently, why did I say currently? The only game that's finished is the Cubs. Cubs over the Yankees 5-2. Let's see. Braves and Cardinals are tied 6-6 in the top of the 9th. The Twins all over my Pirates 12-3 in the top of the 8th. Mariners leading the Tigers 8-4 as they head to the bottom of the 6th. Zeros in Baltimore as they host Miami. The Reds leading 1-0 over the Rockies. Zeros in Boston as they host Tampa Bay. Nationals leading the Brewers 1-0. Mets and Royals are tied at 0 apiece. Same with the Indians and the White Sox. Don't think we'll be here for other games, as plenty of other games are happening in about 3 hours' time. We're already in the third inning, so I just don't see it. In the futures game, I don't really know where I'd even see that game, but the AL futures, NL futures tied at 0 apiece, if that is something that interests you. And once again, folks, you like what you hear, definitely like and subscribe. Dominic Smith batting .244, OPS of .707, 2 homers and 10 RBIs. Whenever we do return to action, because we're still in commercial break. And as always, feel free to chat down below, talk about whatever you like. I try my best to read the comments, especially when it's not active. Then, I will definitely read the comments. They're showing what happened earlier today. Barry Bonds threw out the first pitch. That's pretty neat. That looks like that was going to be outside for ball one. As here's the actual pitch. That's going to be high for ball one. 1-0 count. Ohtani still on the mound as he delivers the 1-0. That is inside. That'll become 2-0. Two-0 count. Ohtani. Here is the pitch. That's going to be in there for a called strike right down the middle. 95 on the fastball. 2-1 count. They're actually talking Barry Bonds versus Shohei. Barry saying that he would do well against him. They would strike him out, of course, as that's going to be popped up. Edman makes the catch for out number 1. Yeah, that would be quite the at-bat. That'll bring up Patrick Bailey. Batting .200, OPS of .565, 2 home runs and 26 RBIs. As Ohtani delivers. That's a swing and a miss, strike 1. 0-1. Ohtani delivers. That's going to be hit foul. So 0-2. No balls, 2 strikes. Ohtani wind up and the pitch. Called strike 3 on the outside corner. 88 on the gun. He strikes out Bailey. That's his 4th strikeout of the game. That'll bring up Mike Yastrzemski. He's 0 for 1 in this one. Batting .244, OPS of .722, 8 home runs and 28 RBIs. Here is the pitch. That's going to be outside for ball 1. Count is 1-0. Ohtani delivers. That's going to be outside for ball 2, 99. On the radar gun. As it's 2-0, Ohtani delivers. That's going to be at the knees for a called strike. Two and 1. Ohtani delivers. That's going to be hit. That's going to get past the second baseman for a base hit. Look at that. The Giants getting their first hit of the day, and it comes in the form of Mike Yastrzemski. That'll bring up Heliot Ramos, batting .265. OPS of .773, 14 home runs and 47 RBIs. Ohtani from the stretch. That's in there for a call and strike. 98 miles per hour. Runner on first. Ohtani delivers. Ramos hits this to center. Pages is under it and makes the catch for out number 3. Nothing doing there for the Giants. We head to the top of the 4th. Your score, 1-0. And once again, folks, if you like what you see or hear, definitely like and subscribe for more play-by-play action. As this is what I've been doing since opening day. It wasn't too long ago where I was at 30 subscribers. And, well, now I'm at 323. So that's pretty cool. But, yeah, 81 games later, this is where we're at. 81 games. So, no, 80. Oh, yeah, no, tomorrow will be 82. My bad. But, yeah, 81 games so far on the year. 82 games before the break. That'll be tomorrow, of course, returning to my Pirates. But yeah, again, I do bounce around, so if you like play-by-play commentary, hopefully I do a good enough job to hit that like and subscribe button. And that's pretty much all I got for you. Again, football, I do football as well, so if you're a football fan, definitely like and subscribe. You guys will be voting on a lot of games I'll be doing. I know these are West Coast teams, so again, a lot of the West Coast windows will be voted on by you guys. The subscribers of the channels that are, will be deciding a lot of what I do for NFL and college football. So hopefully that sounds good to you. Definitely like and subscribe. As we'll be returning to action here in a moment, Teoscar Hernandez will be due up. Batting .256, OPS of .758, 14 home runs and 56 RBIs. Of course, these are a battle of NL West rivals. Dodgers 56 and 39, Giants 52 and 43. Dodgers on a 7-game skid. Looking to bounce back today is that Roop pitches. That's going to be outside ball 1. So 1-0 count to Teoscar Hernandez. He's 0 for 1. Roop delivers. That's going to be hit foul. One and one. Roop, wind up, and the pitch. That's going to be a ground ball. That's going to get through for a base hit. So Hernandez gets on to lead off the top of the 4th. That'll bring up Michael Conforto. Batting .179, OPS of .615, 8 homers, and 23 RBIs. Roop delivers. That's going to be outside for ball 1. One-0 count. Here to Conforto. Roop delivers. That's a swing and a miss. Strike 1. 92 right down the middle. Roop looks over at first. And delivers. That's going to be chopped foul. 1-2. 1-2 count. One man on here in the top of the 4th. Nobody out. Dodgers leading 1-0. Conforto, he stepped out, taking his time. Roop sets. And delivers. That's going to be yanked to right. Yastrzemski, diving attempt off his glove. Throws it in. And there's going to be runners on first and second, as, he had to hold up to see if it was going to be a diving catch, but it was a diving stop, really. Again, a really good effort by Yastrzemski. But it will be ruled a base hit for Michael Conforto. That'll bring up Andy Pages. Batting .285, OPS of .807. 17 home runs and 58 RBIs. Here's the pitch. That's going to be chopped foul. Pages is 1 for 1 on the day. Runners on first and second. Dodgers looking to add some more runs here. Roop sets and delivers. That's going to be low for ball 1. Count is 1-1. Roop sets and delivers. That's going to be chopped foul. Dodgers warming up a pitcher for Ohtani, Emmett Sheehan. Looks like he'll be starting the fourth inning for the Dodgers as Pah is going to ask for time on the 1-2. Again, runners on first and second, nobody out. Back-to-back singles as Roop sets. And delivers. That's a swing and a miss. He struck him out. Fifth strikeout of the day for Roop, as that'll bring up Hae-Sung Kim. Batting .346, OPS of .863, 2 homers and 12 RBIs. Roop delivers. Breaking ball in there for a called strike. Count is 0-1. Runners on first and second, 1 out. Roop delivers. Swing and a miss, strike 2. Roop had 29 pitches in the second inning. That's really what killed him. As here is the 0-2. Swing and a miss. He struck him out. Back-to-back strikeouts for Roop after allowing back-to-back singles. That's his 6th strikeout of the game. That'll bring up Tommy Edman, batting .230, OPS of .691, 10 homers, 39 RBIs. Roop sets and delivers. That's going to be upstairs, ball 1. Count is 1-0. Roop delivers. That's going to be in there for a called strike. On the outside corner, 86 on the gun. Edman is 0 for 1 as Roop sets and delivers. Ground ball to second. Throws to first for out number 3. Able to hold him off the board. We head to the bottom of the 4th inning. Your score, Dodgers 1, Giants 0. Back-to-back singles for the Dodgers. Unable to do anything there. Roop, again, he's working really fast today. I mean, Ohtani was working really fast as well. So, yeah, so far, it's pretty much a... so far, so good. So far, it's a good game. See what's happening across Major League Baseball. Can tell you that the Braves came back and beat the Cardinals 7-6. Cubs, again, they beat the Yankees 5-2. Currently happening, I guess the AL futures are leading the NL futures 1-0. If you so care about that. Twins are leading 12-4 against the Pirates. In the top of the 9th, the Mariners leading the Tigers 8-4 in the top of the 7th. Dodgers, well, obviously they are leading 1-0 over the Giants. Marlins and Orioles, they are tied at 0 apiece as they head to the bottom of the 4th. 0-0 in Boston as they are hosting the Rays. There in Boston. Top of the 4th, Nationals leading the Brewers 1-0. Rockies leading the Reds 2-1 as they head to the 4th. And zeros in Kansas City as they're hosting the Mets. 0-0 there. And the Indians up 1-0 over the White Sox in the top of the 2nd. And once again, folks, if you like what you see or hear, definitely like and subscribe for more play-by-play action. As we're returning to coverage here in San Francisco, it's batting .259, OPS of .857, 17 home runs and 67 RBIs. Second most beautiful ballpark for sure. All right, we do have a pitching change go ahead and go over his statistics real quick. Emmett Sheehan. 2 ERA, whip of a 1. So far so good. 9 innings pitched. As here is the pitch to Devers. That's going to be in there for a called strike. 98 on the gun. Count is 0-1. Sheehan. Wind up and the pitch. That's going to be outside for ball 1. Count is 1-1. Devers. Sheehan delivers. That's going to be inside ball 2. Two and 1 count. Sheehan. Wind up and the pitch. That's upstairs. Ball 3. Devers doing a good job laying off that one. Devers is 0 for 1 on the day. Chapman is on deck. Sheehan delivers the 3-1. Checked his swing. Did he go? He did not. Devers will walk to lead off the bottom of the 4th. That'll bring up Matt Chapman. He is 0 for 1. It's batting .240, OPS of .788, 12 home runs and 31 RBIs. Sheehan sets and delivers. Breaking ball in there for a called strike. 0-1 count. Runner on first. Sheehan sets and delivers. That's going to be a ground ball to short. Throws to second to get the force. Unable to get the other one. So gets the lead runner. That'll bring up Willie Adames. He's 0 for 1. Batting .225, OPS of .691, 12 homers and 48 RBIs. Sheehan sets. Looks over at first and delivers. That's going to be hit to right. Freeman trying to find it. That's going to hit the net. So that's a foul ball. 0-1 count for Adames. Oh and 1 count, 1 man on, bottom of the 4th, 1 out. Dodgers leading 1-0. Sheehan sets and delivers. That's going to be upstairs, ball 1. Oh and 1. Sheehan sets and delivers. That's going to be outside in the dirt, ball 2. Two and 1, pardon me. 2-1 count. Sheehan sets. Looks over and delivers. That's going to be inside ball 3. So 3-1 to Adames. Sheehan looks over at first and sets. And delivers. That's upstairs, ball 4. Another walk. So that's the second walk in the inning. That'll bring up Jung-Hoo Lee, who also walked earlier in this one. It's batting .251, OPS of .721, 6 homers and 40 RBIs. Looks like Rushing's going to have a little chat here. All right, Sheehan sets. And a bird almost hit Lee. So he's going to have to step out here. There's a bird back there now. What in the world? Bird almost flew in and almost landed on his helmet. That's crazy. That's you don't see that every day. Bird's still chilling back there. Here's the pitch. Lee pops it up, slams his bat down. Pajes is under it and makes the catch for out number 2. Can't believe that. That's interesting. All right. That'll bring up Casey Schmidt. He's batting .261, OPS of 768, 4 home runs, 16 RBIs. Bird's still there, by the way. Little Bird is chilling back there in the backstop. Casey again, 0 for 1, popped out in the second inning. Runners on first and second, 2 outs. Giants with a big opportunity here. 2 runners on. They haven't been able to really do much as far as base runners are concerned. Is Schmidt delivers. That's going to be hit to right. Hernandez makes the catch for out number 3. Dodgers strand the Giants as we head to the top of the 5th. Dodgers leading 1-0. Once again, folks, if you like what you see, definitely like and subscribe for more play-by-play action. Yeah, again, this is my 81st game of the season, I think. I can't remember, honestly. I said it earlier. I just can't remember. But yeah, feel free to vote on this poll. Who do you think is going to win? Dodgers or Giants? And Giants won last night 8-7. This one looks like it'll be pretty close as well. So far, not as much scoring. But, you know, I guess you never know. You never know what could happen. Baseball is kind of random sometimes. Looking over at the scores in Major League Baseball here. Let's see. The Cubs again. They defeated the Yankees 5-2. Braves over the Cardinals 7-6. Looks like the Twins just defeated the Pirates 12-4. Mariners leading the Tigers 9-4 in the bottom of the 7th. Orioles and Marlins, they head to the 5th. It's 0-0 there. Rockies leading the Reds 2-1 in the bottom of the 4th. Pardon me. Red Sox leading the Rays 1-0 in the bottom of the 4th. Nationals leading the Brewers 2-0 in the bottom of the 4th. The Mets leading the Royals 2-0 in the top of the 4th. And the Indians leading the White Sox 1-0 in the bottom of the 2nd. But yeah, again, feel free to vote. Feel free to, again, like and subscribe if you like what you hear or whatnot. Again, been doing this since opening day. Bunch of random baseball games. So hopefully that sounds good to you. And of course, football will be on this channel once football is here. Rushing is going to be due up here in the top of the 5th. He is batting .227, OPS of 619, 1 home run, 10 RBIs. Roop delivers. That's going to be a breaking ball outside for ball 1. Count is 1-0 to Rushing, 0 for 1 on the day. Here's the pitch. That's a swing and a miss. Strike 1. So 1-1 count. Roop delivers. That's inside for ball 2. 2-1. Roop delivers. It's going to be a breaking ball outside for a called strike. A little bit of a call there, and Rushing's going to ask for time. Count is 2-2. Roop delivers. Swing and a miss. He struck him out. 7 strikeouts for Roop today. That'll bring up Shohei Ohtani. He's 0 for 2. Batting .277, OPS of 992, 32 home runs, and 60 RBIs. So they're showing Barry Bonds. Here's the pitch. That's going to be in there for a called strike. Count is 0-1. Roop delivers. That's going to be the outside corner for a called strike. Ohtani doesn't like the call. He's going to ask for time. Oh and 2 count. Ohtani again 0 for 2 on the day. As Roop delivers. Laid off there. That's going to be in the dirt. Ball 1. One and 2. Roop delivers. Lays off yet again. Ball 2. Same location, same everything. 2 and 2 count. Roop delivers. Called strike 3 on the outside corner. Ohtani doesn't look like he liked the call. That'll bring up Mookie Betts. He's 0 for 2 on the day. He's batting .248, OPS of .706, 11 home runs, and 45 RBIs. Roop with 8 strikeouts. As Roop delivers, that's going to be a tapper to third. Throws to first. Chapman with a nice throw for out number 3. We head to the bottom of the 5th inning. The Dodgers still lead 1-0. And once again, folks, if you like what you see or hear, rather, definitely like and subscribe for more play-by-play content for baseball. And, of course, football will be coming up soon. So if you're a football fan, definitely do that as well. Again, last night's game was 8-7. That was pretty close. This one looking like it's pretty much going to be the same thing, except, not as much scoring. It's currently happening around Major League Baseball. Mariners leading the Tigers 9-5 in the bottom of the 7th. The Marlins and the Orioles tied at 0 apiece in the top of the 5th. Let's see. The Red Sox lead the Rays 1-0 in the top of the 5th. Bottom of the 4th, the Rockies actually leading the Reds 2-1. Let's see, the Nationals leading the Brewers 2-1 in the bottom of the 4th. Mets leading the Royals 2-0 as they head to the bottom of the 4th. And the Indians leading the White Sox 1-0 as they head to the top of the 3rd. And if you care about the futures game, AL Futures up 1-0 over the NL Futures in the bottom of the 3rd. This game's been moving by pretty quickly, to be honest with you. Already in the bottom of the 5th, or about to be in the bottom of the 5th. Man. Well, that's cool. But yeah, again, feel free to vote on the poll. Feel free to, again, check out the channel. Again, it's just really live streams for baseball and, of course, football in the near future. And feel free to chat down below. Talk about whatever you'd like, preferably sports-related. I definitely try to read as many comments as possible as we're working our way back to San Francisco. Dominic Smith. It's going to be at the plate. He's 0 for 1, batting .241, OPS of .699, 2 home runs and 10 RBIs. As Sheehan is on the mound for the Dodgers for the 2nd inning, here is the pitch. That's going to be outside, ball 1. 1-0 count. Sheehan. Wind up. And the pitch. Breaking ball upstairs. Ball 2. Count is 2-0 for Smith. Sheehan delivers. That's going to be outside. Ball 3. 3-0 count. Sheehan delivers the 3-0. That's going to be taken for a called strike. Three and 1. Sheehan has been kind of pitching around Smith. As here is the pitch. That's going to be hit to left, and Conforto's on the run, but that's going to go out of play, so it'll become a souvenir. All right, 3-2 here for Dominic Smith. Again, he's 0 for 1 on the day. Dodgers leading 1-0 in the bottom of the 5th. As Sheehan, wind up, and the pitch. Swing and a miss. He struck him out. All right, that'll bring up Patrick Bailey. He's 0 for 1 on the day. He's batting at .199, OPS of .562, 2 homers and 26 RBIs. Sheehan delivers. Breaking ball in there for a called strike. 0 for 1, struck out in the 3rd. Sheehan delivers the 0-1. Checked his swing. That's going to be in there for a called strike. It's like, I don't know if Bailey's going to ask for time. Pardon me. Sorry about that. Sheehan delivers the 0-2. Swing and a miss. He struck him out. I did not get much sleep last night, so that's kind of why. So I apologize. Mike Yastrzemski is going to be at the plate. He's 1 for 2, batting .247, OPS of .726, 8 homers and 28 RBIs. Singled in the 3rd. The Giants, I believe it's the Giants' only hit on the day. As here's the pitch. That's going to be in the dirt. Ball 1. Count is 1-0. Sheehan delivers the 1-0. That's going to be popped up. Freeman jogging on into foul territory. Makes the catch for out number 3. Nothing doing there for the Giants. We head to the top of the 6th. It is 1-0. Giants and Dodgers. No, Dodgers leading over the Giants. That's what I meant. But yeah, again, if you like what you see or hear, rather, definitely like and subscribe for more play-by-play content. Yeah, that's pretty much it. Again, this is my 81st game. Tomorrow will make number 82. So, again, if you like what you see, folks, if you like what you hear, definitely like and subscribe for more play-by-play content. Welcome back. Not really missing too much. Dodgers are up 1-0, but it really hasn't been much offense in this one. So, yeah. No chatters. Yeah, no, it's kind of dead. It is what it is, though. It is what it is. I've been here before. I mean, all I got to do is kind of scroll back to, like, the OG days where I was not getting nothing. It was fine, though. It's fine. It is what it is, man. But yeah, again, you know, if you like what you see, folks, definitely like and subscribe. Definitely helps out the channel a lot. I do appreciate you guys for even, again, clicking on this video. Your electric flicker 14. Well, I know it's storming over here as well. I don't think it's part of the same system, but it's definitely storming over here in Texas. Freddie Freeman is going to be at the plate whenever we do return to action here. Batting .297, OPS of .844, 10 homers and 47 RBIs. We are returning to San Francisco again, where the Dodgers lead 1-0 over the Giants. Here's the pitch. That's going to be a breaking ball in there for a called strike on the outside corner. Roop still out there. He's worked fast. 87 pitches. Here is the pitch. That's going to be low for ball 1. Great Pirates game. I'm glad I didn't do that one. Glad I didn't do that one, man. That's all I'm saying. 1-1. Here is the pitch. That's going to be hit foul. 1-2. Roop delivers. That's going to be a ground ball to second. Tosses to first for out number 1. Down goes Freddie Freeman. That'll bring up Teoscar Hernandez, batting .259, OPS of .763, 14 homers and 56 RBIs. Will you call MLS? I don't know. Probably not. That's going to be upstairs, ball 1. I've thought about it. That is something I actually have thought about. As here is the 1-0. That's going to be a chopper to short. Adames throws to first for out number 2. Throw was a little off. Nice pick by Smith. I do like, of course, soccer. I don't know if I could call it. Not today, especially not today. I'm just kind of my voice again. I'm kind of ready for the vacation. That's going to bring up Michael Conforto, batting .182, OPS of .620, 8 home runs, 23 RBIs. Here is the pitch. That's going to be in there for a called strike. 0-1. Roop delivers. That's going to be hit foul. Football. Yes, football americano. Oh, 2. All the kayaks are out there. Out in right field. Oh, man. Roop at 94 pitches. You have to imagine this will probably be his last inning. As Roop delivers. That's going to be hit to left, and that's going to get down for a base hit. Conforto. I think he's a perfect 3 for 3 on the day now. Oh, man. Batting average is at .185, and yet he's 3 for 3. That'll bring up Andy Pages. Batting .284, OPS of .804, 17 homers, and 58 RBIs. All right, Roop delivers. That's going to be outside, ball 1. When is the vacation? Next Friday. Next Friday. Can you even watch the game in the Bay? What do you mean? Here's the 1-0. That's going to be inside. Ball 2. I guess you're just talking about them. Yeah, I don't know. I guess you can. They were waving at the camera and all. They knew. 2-0 counts. Roop delivers. That's going to be chopped foul. It'd be interesting if there was like a TV out there on the wall. I don't know. It makes no sense. I don't know how they knew. I don't know how they knew. They were waving at the camera. They knew. 2-1 count. Roop delivers. That's going to be popped up and foul. Nightbot finally making an appearance there. Look at that. I think it's after so many like lines or something. 2-2 count. Pa is going to ask for time. I probably need to like trigger that a little bit earlier then if that's the case. Roop delivers. That's going to be way outside. Ball 3. Three and 2 count. Roop sets on pitch 101. That's going to be low for ball 4. He walked him. Roop thought he was going to get the call there based on his reaction. That's going to bring up Haesung Kim. He's 0 for 2, batting .343, OPS of .855, 2 homers and 12 RBIs, and looks like we have a pitching coach is going to have a little chat with Roop. There's a San Francisco fan that goes into the boat every home game and will jump into the bay and get to get the home run ball. He's been doing it since Oregon. Okay, that's pretty cool. Did not know that. And again, once again, folks, if you like what you hear or like what you see, definitely like and subscribe for more play-by-play action. Man, yeah, that is a cool stadium. That is such a awesome stadium. All right, we're back here again. Kim is at the plate. Runners on first and second. 2 outs, top of the 6th. Dodgers looking to add on to this 1-0 lead. Here's the pitch. That is upstairs for strike 1. That one was at the letters, which is no longer part of the strike zone. Here is the 0-1. That's a swing and a miss. Strike 2. Dang it, I got to get rid of NAS now. That's tough. 0-2 count. Rube sets and delivers. That's going to be hit to left. That's going to get down for a base hit. Conforto is going to score. It is now. Now Kim is out at second, trying to be a little greedy there. But it is 2-0. Dodgers lead as we head to the bottom of the 6th. Man, again, if you like what you see, folks, definitely like and subscribe for more play-by-play action. Let's see what's happening across Major League Baseball. Well, games have already finished. The Cubs defeated the Yankees 5-2. Twins over the Pirates 12-4. The Braves defeat the Cardinals 7-6. I know, I'm the worst, aren't I? Literally the meanest person ever. Mariners over the Tigers 11-5 in the bottom of the 8th. The Red Sox leading the Rays 1-0 in the top of the 6th. Marlins Orioles 0-0 in the bottom of the 5th. Rockies leading the Reds 2-1 as they head to the top of the 6th. The Brewers taking the lead against the Nationals. They lead 3-2 in the bottom of the 5th. Mets leading the Royals 2-0 in the top of the 5th. Indians up 1-0 over the White Sox as they head to the top of the 4th. And if you like the futures game, if you're a fan of that, the NL futures have taken the lead against the AL futures. They lead 3-2 in the bottom of the 4th. And again, if you are a football fan, definitely like and subscribe. Plenty of football on this channel. You might see me, if you don't subscribe today, you might see me later for Pac-12 at night again. I plan on doing a lot of football. So that's going to be happening a lot. Cannot wait for it. I miss football. All right, we are about to return to San Francisco where the Dodgers lead 2-0 over the Giants. Heliot Ramos is going to be at the plate. He's batting .264, OPS of 770, 14 home runs, and 47 RBIs on the year. Giants wearing their traditional white uniforms today. Dodgers in the grays. All-Star break. Home run. I don't know. I don't really know how to really call a home run derby. Like, how do I make that entertaining for you guys? I'm not too sure. Sheehan delivers. That's going to be in there for a called strike. Like, what can I show on the screen? You know, what can I show over there? I don't know. 0-1 count. Sheehan delivers. That's going to be popped up to center. Pajes is under it and makes the catch for out number 1. All right, that'll bring up Rafael Devers. He's 0 for 1 with the walk. Batting .259, OPS of 858, 17 homers, and 67 RBIs. I don't know. I guess I have to find to see if there's a program that could show the derby. I can't show the derby, obviously. Here is the pitch. That's going to be chopped down the first base line. Freeman tosses to Sheehan for out number 2. Very quickly, 2 outs. And that'll bring up Matt Chapman. He's 0 for 2. Very quick game. Batting .239, OPS of 784, 12 homers and 31 RBIs. Or show the player batting. That's a good one. I like that. Good idea. You're cooking. You're cooking, RFK. RFK is cooking. RFK may have just cooked pretty good there. Here is the pitch. That's going to be in there for a called strike. Oh, man. Oh, it would count here. Roop, 104 pitches. Looks like he's done for the day. I mean, I imagine so. As Sheehan delivers, that's going to be chopped foul. Had a really good day. Looks like the Giants have a pitcher warming up in the bullpen. Sheehan delivers the 0-2. That's going to be a ground ball to short. Betts throws to first for out number 3. Very quick inning. Nothing doing for the Giants. We head to the top of the 7th. It's 2-0. Dodgers lead. I guess I need to get the lineups. I know O'Neal Cruz is in. I'm sure the lineup's already been released, so I need to probably just get that ready. All right, well, thank you for that information. Again, if you like what you see, folks, like and subscribe. We do have a poll down there. Only 3 votes. Two people have voted, or 2 people voted for the Giants to win. 67%. One of you guys have voted for the Dodgers. It is what it is. Again, not the most active chat today. Oh well. I mean, it is what it is. You know. Athletic, isn't it? Interesting. But again, if you're a fan of baseball, definitely like and subscribe. Like and subscribe. It is free, by the way. I want to make that clear. Maybe that's a reason, you know, you're pausing for a second. You're like, I don't want to pay anybody. I don't want to pay anybody money. You don't have to. It's free. Just subscribing to the channel. All this content is free. Did you pay me to watch this? You did not. You didn't. I get 0. But hey, again, thank you for even clicking on this video. That definitely helps out a lot. And again, if you like it a lot, definitely like and subscribe for more play-by-play content. I'll put the scores up there on the screen for you. That way you guys can see what's happening across Major League Baseball currently. Yeah, that's a good idea. I think I was thinking of the idea of doing the Derby. I just didn't know how I'd present it. That's interesting. Did get another vote here. Dodgers now have taken, well, they haven't taken the lead, but they've tied it up. All right, we got a new pitcher for the Giants. Joey Lucchesi. 3.38 ERA, whip of a 1.5. Or Lucchesi, my bad. Lucchesi. I knew that. Tommy Edmonds going to be at the plate, batting .229, OPS of .688, 10 homers and 39 RBIs. Edmond is 0 for 2 on the day. You pay us. I don't pay y'all nothing. No one pays nothing. Lucchesi delivers. That's going to be chopped to Lucchesi. Throws to first for out number 1. Again, this game is flying by. All right, that'll bring up Rushing, Dalton Rushing. He's 0 for 2, batting .224, OPS of .610, 1 home run and 10 RBIs. Lucchesi. Wind up. And the pitch. That's going to be upstairs, ball 1. Interesting. 1-0 count. Lucchesi. Definitely a lot slower than Roop as he delivers. That's a swing and a miss. Strike 1. 1-1 count, one out here in the top of the 7th. Dodgers up 2-0. So Kesey delivers the 1-1. That's going to be checked his swing. He went strike 2. That one was in the dirt. Rushing is going to ask for time. Oh, yeah, he clearly went. 1-2. Here is the pitch. That's going to be hit foul. Shohei Ohtani is on deck. Lucchesi begins the windup and delivers. That's in the dirt, ball 2. Count is 2-2. Lucchesi definitely slowing things down here. Lucchesi delivers the 2-2. That's going to be in the dirt, ball 3. All right, Lucchesi delivers the 3-2. Swing and a miss. He struck him out. I could not speak there. I apologize. Rough one. It's a rough day. All right, that'll bring up Shohei Ohtani. He's 0 for 3. He's batting .273, OPS of .990, 32 home runs, and 60 RBIs on the year. Again, he's 0 for 3 on the day as Lucchesi delivers. That's going to be in there for a called strike. The Doyers going to need more than 2 runs. I don't know. The Giants haven't really been able to do much. Here's the 0-1. That's going to be low for ball 1. One on one count. Lucchesi wind up and the pitch. That's going to be outside for ball 2. We'll see. Again, this game has not really featured much offense, to be honest with you. 2-1 count. Lucchesi on the mound here in the 7th. Roop had a really good performance. Lucchesi delivers the 2-1. Swing and a miss. Strike 2. Wonder if Ohtani will ask for time here. I was right down the middle. 2-2 count. 2 outs. Lucchesi delivers. Swing and a miss. He struck him out. Ohtani is 0 for 4 on the day now. That is kind of a shocker. As we head to the bottom of the 7th, Dodgers leading 2-0. But of course, again, baseball on any given day, anything can happen. So there is that. That's the randomness of the game of baseball. All right, let's see here. Again, games that have completed. Cubs defeated the Yankees 5-2. Twins defeated the Pirates 12-4. Braves defeated the Cardinals 7-6. Mariners over the Tigers currently in the bottom of the 8th, 11-7. The Marlins and the Orioles are tied at 0 apiece in the bottom of the 6th. Rockies leading the Reds 2-1 in the bottom of the 6th. The Red Sox leading the Rays in the bottom of the 6th, 1-0. Mets on top of the Royals, 2-0 in the top of the 6th. The Brewers up 3-2 over the Nationals in the top of the 6th, and the Indians up 2-0 over the White Sox in the bottom of the 4th. And the NL futures are up 4-2 over the AL futures, if you so much care about that. And once again, folks, if you like what you see, definitely like and subscribe for more play-by-play action. Do bounce around Major League Baseball. I promise it's not just a Pirates channel. This isn't a one-off thing. I have covered you guys quite a bit. Giants, this is your 13th game that I've covered. Dodgers, this is the 10th game that I've covered. Looks like the Dodgers have taken the lead in the polls. 60% of you guys think the Dodgers will win. We're returning to San Francisco, where the Dodgers lead 2-0 in the bottom of the 7th. Adames batting .225, OPS of .693, 12 homers, 48 RBI. Sheehan still out there on the mound as he delivers. That's going to be in there for a called strike. Oh, 0-1 count. Adames is 0 for 1 with the walk. Sheehan delivers. That's outside for ball 1. One and one. Sheehan delivers. That's going to be high for ball 2. All right. 2-1. Sheehan. Wind up and the pitch. That's going to be hit to left. Has the distance, but it's foul. Yank that one to left. Just got out in front of it. 2-2 as Sheehan. I thought he was about to step off there, but that is not what happened as Sheehan delivers the 2-2. Swing and a miss. He struck him out. 98 on the gun. Adames was way late, sitting on an off-speed pitch most likely. That'll bring up Jung-Hoo Lee. Batting .250, OPS of .720. 6 home runs, 40 RBIs. Sheehan delivers. Breaking ball in there for a called strike. 0-1 counts. Pardon me. Here is the 0-1. Lee hits this to center. Pajes is under it and makes the catch for out number 2. Again, I do apologize. Didn't sleep too much last night. Didn't get much sleep at all. That'll bring up Casey Schmidt. He's batting .259, OPS of .763, 4 home runs and 16 RBIs. Giants, again, have not been able to do much today. Only 1 hit for the Giants today. Sheehan delivers. That's going to be a foul tip. Strike 1. Count is 0-1. Sheehan delivers. That's going to be hit to center. Pajes is already under it and makes the catch for out number 3. Again, a very quick inning. We head to the top of the 8th. 1-0 is your score. Dodgers lead. Yeah, that's pretty much it. I don't really have much else to say other than, yeah, again, if you like sports, if you're a baseball fan, definitely subscribe. If you're a football fan, 100% subscribe. We'll be doing a lot of that. A lot of football on this channel. Definitely ready for it. Football season. Already got the thumbnails ready for some of the stuff I'll be doing week 1. Again, I'll be doing a bunch of other games as well. You guys will actually be voting on it. If you're a subscriber of this channel, you'll see the post. You'll get to vote on what I call. It's not just a Steelers channel. Baseball, I do bounce around. Again, Dodgers are featured on this channel. Giants are featured on this channel. Giants actually featured the second most technically, as this is their 13th game of the year. Pirates, of course, have the most games. I've done them 37 times. But everyone else, like the NL West is featured a lot. So if you're in obviously one of these fans, definitely subscribe. I got you covered. I will get you guys in a lot more than you'd suspect. Why? Because, well, a lot of subscribers already that represent those two teams. Or the four teams, actually. Again, Dodgers, Giants, Diamondbacks, and Padres. Whenever we do return to San Francisco, it's going to be Mookie Betts at the plate, batting .247, OPS of .704, 11 home runs, 45 RBIs. Again, we are still on commercial break. Betts is 0 for 3. Ohtani's 0 for 4. He has struggled, but he pitched very well. As we are returning to San Francisco now, where the Dodgers lead 2-0. So we're about to head to the top of the 8th. Again, a very fast-moving game. Showing the replay from last night. Giants again won 8-7 last night. Dodgers looking like they may be ending the skid here at 7 games, as the Giants do have a new pitcher. Trying to get you the statistics as he delivers to Betts. That's going to be chopped foul. This is Ryan Walker, the new pitcher for the Giants. Giants reliever is 2-3, ERA of a 4.33. Here's the 0-1. That's outside, ball 1. Whip of a 1.08. 1-1 count to Mookie Betts. Again, he's 0 for 3 on the day. Walker delivers. That's going to be hit foul. Count is 1-2. Walker sets and delivers. That is going to be outside, ball 2. 2-2. RFK is back. Welcome back. Walker delivers. That's going to be outside, ball 3. Walker sets and delivers. That's going to be hit to center. Lee is under it and makes the catch for out number 1. All right, that'll bring up Freddie Freeman. He's 1 for 3 on the day. He doubled in the first inning. Batting .296, OPS of 842, 10 homers and 47 RBIs. Umpire letting Walker know, hey, you gotta make eye contact with Freeman. Freeman and Walker sharing a little smile. It's like, you know what, my bad. That was on me. Here is the pitch. That's going to be inside, ball 1. That just missed. Count is 1-0. Walker delivers. That's going to be in there for a called strike. One and one. Walker sets and delivers. That's going to be inside, ball 2. Two and 1 count. Here is the pitch. That's a swing and a miss, strike 2. Walker sets and delivers. That's going to be popped up foul. 2-2 count to Freeman. Nobody on here in the top of the 8th. 1 out. Dodgers leading 2-0. Looking like they're very likely going to be ending this 7-game skid. It's Walker delivers. That's inside, ball 3. Walker delivers. Poked it to third. Throws to first for out number 2. 2 away for the Dodgers, and that'll bring up Teoscar Hernandez. He's 1 for 3 on the day. Let's see here. It's batting .258, OPS of 760, 14 home runs, and 56 RBIs. Walker delivers. That's right down the middle for a called strike. The 0-1 count. Walker delivers. Ground ball. Adames has it. Throws to first for out number 3. Nice throw. All right, we head to the bottom of the 8th. Dodgers leading 2-0 over the Giants. This game might be under 2 hours. Wouldn't that be something? It's going to be pretty close. I don't think it'll happen. But almost in the 9th inning. Once again, folks, if you like what you see, definitely like and subscribe. Every like, every subscriber helps out the channel a lot. Every like pressed, every view, every subscriber, again, just helps me out a lot. Really do appreciate you guys for tuning in. Is it possible to show the characters instead of the static pictures of the players? Yeah, I mean, I guess, like, if you're talking about this screen, the problem is, so I've actually done a little test, and people actually like the players better. So I'm going to just continue. I mean, it is possible for me to do it, but I will have to respectfully say I cannot, because people do prefer looking at the statistics. I've just done little polls, little just Q&As, like, what do you guys prefer? Because this... that's ahead, actually, so people will not like the fact that I am behind by a pitch. So, yeah, can't do it. Can't do it. I'm sorry. Cannot do it. But, yeah, again, if you do like what you see, regardless, definitely like and subscribe. But whenever we do return to San Francisco, it'll be Dominic Smith at the plate. Smith, Bailey, and Yastrzemski. Smith is 0 for 2 on the day. Again, the Giants only with 1 hit. They do have 3 walks, but just is not happening. All right, we are returning to coverage again. The Dodgers up 2-0. Spanning .238, OPS of 690, 2 homers and 10 RBIs. Here's the pitch. That's a swing and a miss. Strike 1. Sheehan still on the mound. Again, he's been out there for a while. Here is the 0-1. Checks his swing. He did not go. 1-1. 1-1 count. Here is the pitch. Swing and a miss. Strike 2. One and two. Sheehan begins the windup and the pitch. That's going to be upstairs, ball 2. 2-2. Nobody out here for the Giants. Giants need to get something going here. Here is the pitch. That's going to be outside, ball 3 for Dominic Smith. Sheehan delivers the 3-2. That's going to be a tapper back behind home plate. So he stays alive there. Three and two. Sheehan begins the windup and the pitch. That's going to be popped up. Looks like Kim is going to call it and makes the catch for out number 1. That'll bring up Patrick Bailey. He's 0 for 2. Batting 198, OPS of 559, 2 homers and 26 RBIs. Sheehan delivers. That's going to be a breaking ball in there for a called strike. 0-1 count. Sheehan begins the windup and the pitch. That's going to be hit to right, and that's going to get down. Bailey is going to hold up at first, though. It was a nice play to keep Bailey at first. But there's some life here for the Giants. It's only their second hit of the day. And that'll bring up the guy that got the first hit of the day in Mike Yastrzemski. Batting 246, OPS of 724, 8 home runs, and 28 RBIs. Again, Sheehan has been out there for a while. Only at 49 pitches, though. Here is the pitch. That's going to be low for ball 1. Yastrzemski is 1 for 3 on the day. Runner on first. Sheehan sets. And delivers. That's going to be upstairs. Ball 2, 95. Giants crowd. They're getting a little bit louder. Let's go Giants chants happening in San Francisco. As Sheehan looks over at first, sets, and delivers. That is upstairs, ball 3. Dodgers warming up Alex Vesia in the bullpen, just in case. As Sheehan sets on the 3-0 and delivers. Upstairs, ball 4. As Yastrzemski walks, that'll bring up Heliot Ramos. All right, so Ramos will be coming to the plate. We do have a mound visit here. Mark Pryor having a little chat here with Sheehan. Ramos batting 263, OPS of 769, 14 homers and 47 RBIs. He's 0 for 3 on the day. Angie, let's go Dodgers. Pulling for the Dodgers here. Dodgers are, of course, ahead, but the Giants are threatening with runners on first and second with just 1 out. As the mound visit and the meeting of the minds will end, again, Ramos will be at the plate. Runners on first and second with just 1 out here in the bottom of the 8th. Dodgers on a 7-game skid, so I'm sure the Dodgers fans know that. Trying to end that here in San Francisco. As Sheehan sets and delivers. That's going to be upstairs for a called strike. So a little bit of a call that goes for the Dodgers. Of course, the Giants got 2 calls earlier today. So I guess it's all fair. 0-1. Sheehan looking back at Bailey and delivers. That's going to be hit up the middle. That's going to get past Kim. As it's now bases loaded. Bailey had a hold up. So bases loaded for the Giants. And wow, can you not believe it? Man, it's going to be Rafael Devers coming to the plate, but I think that is going to do it for Sheehan. Sheehan will exit here he's responsible for all the runners. Then Alex Vesia, the lefty, is going to be coming in. So pitching change here in San Francisco, so bear with me. We'll, of course, be right back. I'll still be here. Again, if you like what you see, folks, definitely like and subscribe for more play-by-play content. I've been doing this again since opening day. The Giants, this is my 13th game doing the Giants. This is my 10th game doing the Dodgers. So I do feature these guys, these 2 teams, on this channel More often than you'd think. More often than you would think. So hopefully that sounds good to you. Definitely like and subscribe. Helps me out a lot. I really do appreciate you guys for even just clicking on the video. It really helps out a lot. Again, it wasn't too long ago where I was at just 30 subscribers. That was at opening day. So almost 300 subscribers just for baseball. So I guess I'm doing something all right, I would suppose. So, yeah. Again, thank you very much for even clicking on the video. Vesia will be the new pitcher, of course, whenever we do return to action. He's been good for the Dodgers this year. 2.61 ERA, 2-0 record, WHIP of a .95. Call more Rockies. Yeah, no, I have not called any. I've only called. You heard what this guy? Well, looks like RFK has been temporarily warned. No, actually, I've only done one Rockies game, actually. They're 0-1 when I do call them. All right. Devers is going to be coming to the plate. Again, he's batting .258 OPS of .855, 17 home runs, 67 RBIs on the season, as he is stepping up to the plate currently. There we go. 0 for 2 with a walk today. Showing Vesia again, the lefty, 2.61 ERA on the year. Dodgers lead 2-0 here in the bottom of the 8th. Bases loaded. 1 out. Vesia delivers. That's going to be in there for a called strike. I don't know. I guess too much caps. 0-1 count. Vesia sets and delivers. Devers hits this to right. Paez is under it and makes the catch for out number 2. But the Giants are going to score a run, as it's now 2-1. That'll bring up Matt Chapman, batting .238, OPS of .782, 12 home runs, 31 RBIs. What in the world? What are you doing? What are you doing? All right, 2 outs in the bottom of the 8th. Giants again, runners on the corners. Chapman is 0 for 3 on the day, batting .238, OPS of .782, 12 homers and 31 RBIs. Vesia is going to ask for a new baseball. Apparently that was not good enough. Beat LA chants happening in San Francisco. Again, this rivalry, it's a good one. Vesia delivers. Swing and a miss, strike 1. 0-1 count. Vesia sets and delivers. That's going to be outside, ball 1. Count is 1-1. Runners on the corners, 2 outs. Vesia delivers. That's going to be hit foul. I don't think so. 1-2 count. Runners on the corners. Chapman. Again, he's 0 for 3 on the day, but again, it just takes one hit here to be a hero, as Vesia is going to step off. And, of course, the Giants faithful don't like that. Everyone's standing there in Oracle. It's a big moment. Vesia sets. Here is the pitch. Upstairs, ball 2. 2-2. Vesia sets and delivers. That's going to be a ground ball to third. Throws to second for the force. So the Dodgers still holding on to the lead, but the Giants do get a run. 2-1 is your score as we head to the top of the ninth. Yeah, I don't know about that. Once again, folks, if you like what you see, definitely like and subscribe for more baseball content. Been doing baseball since opening day. And, of course, if you're a football fan, well, it's just a bonus. I do a lot of football as well. We'll be doing that as we get, into the football season, of course. Can't pull out a, Steelers-Jets game out of nowhere. But, yeah, again, baseball. Been doing baseball. This is my 17th stream in the last – actually, no, it's not. Well, hold on. 5, 9, 13, 17. Yeah, 17 streams in the last 2 weeks. So, again, I do baseball. A lot of baseball. Been ramping it up a lot as of late. So hopefully that sounds good to you to definitely hit that like and subscribe button. See what's happening across Major League Baseball here. Man, the Mariners up 15-7 over the Tigers in the bottom of the ninth. The Marlins up on the Orioles 1-0 in the top of the eighth. Red Sox leading the Rays 1-0 in the top of the eighth. The Rockies leading the Reds 3-1 in the bottom of the seventh. Brewers leading the Nationals 3-2 in the bottom of the seventh. Mets leading 2-1 over the Royals in the top of the seventh. Indians and White Sox tied at 2 apiece in the bottom of the fifth. As far as games that have completed, Cubs over the Yankees 5-2, Twins over my Pirates 12-4, and the Braves over the Cardinals 7-6. And the NL Futures game, the NL Futures, I don't know how to really pronounce that. NL Futures are leading the AL Futures 4-2. I don't know why that was so hard for me. All right, we're returning to San Francisco where the Dodgers lead 2-1 as we enter the top of the ninth. Conforto is batting .185, OPS of .624, 8 home runs, 23 RBIs. Giants' new pitcher is going to be Tyler Rogers. He's been around for a while, 4-2 record. Here's the pitch. That's going to be a chopper to Rogers. He's going to toss it to first for out number 1. Rogers' 4-2 record, 1.59 ERA, whip of a .77. That'll bring up Andy Pages. He's batting .284, OPS of .806. 17 home runs, 58 RBIs. Looks like Bailey's going to have a little chat with Rogers. That's interesting. Despite a one-pitch out, they're still having a conference. Again, Dodgers leading 2-1 over the Giants here in the top of the ninth. It's been a Pages. It's Pages. Rogers delivers. That's going to be hit. That's going to get through for a base hit. In between first and second. That'll bring up Haesung Kim. He's batting .349, OPS of .865. 2 homers, 13 RBIs. He's 1 for 3 today. RBI single, actually, in the 6th. Rogers looks over at first. Sets. And delivers. That's going to be in there for a called strike. Pages thought about going, but then he decided to go back. Oh, and 1 counts. Rogers sets. And delivers. That's going to be a tapper to Rogers. Throws to second. Gets the force. Throw was a little bit off and slow. And Paez is appealing that he was not on the bag, though it looked pretty good to me. I don't really know. I don't think that was... Yeah, no, he was clearly on it. That'll bring up Tommy Edman. He's 0 for 3, batting .228, OPS of 686, 10 homers and 39 RBIs. Rogers throws over, and Kim is safe. Internet has been down, no power. What have I missed? It's been a pitcher's duel. Roop, pretty good. Ohtani, pretty good. Yeah, no, it's been pretty darn good as far as pitching. Here's the pitch. Rogers, that's going to be outside ball 174 miles per hour. I feel like it took forever to get to the plate there. Not used to seeing that. Used to, back in the day, watch that all the time. That was very common. 74 mile per hour changeup. Here's the 1-0. That's going to be 83 outside ball 2. But yeah, not much has happened. Yeah. It's just been a pitcher's duel. Rogers looks over at first. And he delivers. That's going to be outside for a called strike. That was definitely a call. That was the same exact spot as the other one. How many hits have the Giants? Like 2 or 3. Really not much. Here's the 2-1. That's going to be in the same spot outside. Strike 2. 2-2 counts. Giants have 3 hits. Rogers looks over at first. And delivers. That's going to be hit foul. Count is 2-2. Rogers sets and delivers. That's going to be hit to second. Tosses to first for out number 3. We head to the bottom of the 9th where the Giants need a run to push this to extras. Dodgers leading 2-1. And once again, folks, if you like what you see, definitely leave a like. You can gently press it there, or smash it, whatever. Smash the like button. Gently press the like button. Every like helps out this channel a lot. Every view helps out this channel. Every subscriber helps out this channel a lot. Definitely appreciate you guys for letting me call this game for you. Again, been doing games since opening day. It's not just a one-time thing. If you never seen me before, well, it's probably perfectly normal. Again, I'm not exactly, popular or anything like that, but yeah, if you liked what you heard today, definitely leave a like, leave a subscription as well. What did you do? What do you keep doing? Anyway, but yeah, again, thank you very much for just clicking on this video. Definitely helps out a lot. Due up for the Giants will be Willie Adames, Jung-Hoo Lee, and Casey Schmidt, though I don't really know if there's going to be any pinch hitting or whatnot. I don't know. What did you do? Stop spamming. RFK, you're feuding with a bot. Anyway. Yeah, so Willie Adames, I believe, is going to be the pitcher. The batter here. I don't think he's getting pinch hit for. We do have a pitching change though for the Dodgers. It's going to be Tanner Scott. 18 saves on the year. He's 1-2. ERA of a 3.86. WHIP of a 1.12. He will face Willie Adames to lead off the bottom of the 9th. Batting .224, OPS of 691, 12 homers, and 48 RBIs. All right, Scott sets and delivers. That's going to be inside ball 1. Some votes are coming in here. Again, Dodgers, 60% of you guys think the Dodgers will win. Of course, they are up 2-1 in the bottom of the 9th. 1-0 count. Here is the pitch. That's going to be inside ball 2. Ruiz is now in left for the Dodgers. Scott delivers. That's going to be popped up. Rushing is trying to find it. Oh! And that's going to be caught by Edman. I don't know what Rushing was doing. And the cameraman was showing Rushing, so I thought he wasn't going to make the catch. I do apologize. He dove for it and couldn't make the catch, but Edman was right there to back him up. All right, that's going to bring up Jung-Hoo Lee. He's 0 for 2 at the walk. Batting .249 on the year, OPS of .718. 6 home runs, 40 RBIs as Scott sets and delivers. That's going to be outside for ball 1. The area is 3.86. I know, I'm kind of surprised he's a closer for the Dodgers. The 3.86, that's pretty high. Whip, though, was like a 1.1. That's okay, as that's going to be outside ball 2. Two-0 count. Scott sets and delivers. That's right down the middle for a called strike. 2-1. Scott delivers. Swing and a miss. Strike 2. 2-2 count. Nobody on here in the bottom of the 9th. 1 out. Dodgers clinging to a 2-1 lead. Scott delivers. Called strike 3 on the outside corner. And to be honest, he may have gotten a call there. Or at least on the TV strike zone. He struck him out. That'll bring up Casey Schmidt. Batting .257, OPS of .756, 4 home runs, and 16 RBIs. He's 0 for 3 on the day. Scott delivers. Ground ball, foul. Oh, 1 count. Scott delivers. That's going to be chopped foul yet again, down to the last strike. Yeah, I mean, the pitch was outside, but I get you do have to protect with 2 strikes. It was a tough call there. All right, 0-2. Down to the last strike as Scott's going to step off. Albeit briefly, as he's already back. He sets. 0-2. Here is the pitch. That's upstairs for ball 1. 97 on the gun there. Scott does have some velocity on his fastball. One and two. Scott delivers. Swing and a miss. He struck him out. Down goes Schmidt. And the Dodgers end their 7-game losing streak with a 2-1 victory over the Giants. The Dodgers are now 6-4 when I call games for the Dodgers. The Giants, I'm sorry, Sean, they are 5-8 when I call games for them. So I am a curse. I am a curse. I think I'm a curse. Once again, folks, if you like what you saw today, definitely leave a like. Leave a subscribe button pushed. You can do all those. You can do one or the other. It's fine. But definitely, like and subscribe if possible. Definitely helps out the channel. Thank you very much for letting me call this game for you guys. And I will see you guys in another one, of course. Oh, you're good, Sean. It's all good. It is all good. I'll be back tomorrow, of course. Doing my Pirates before the last game before the All-Star break. But again, if you are a sports fan, leave a like, leave a subscribe button pushed. Again, it will not cost you a thing. If you're worried about price, I made it $0.00 just for you because I'm just that guy. Okay, I think I might have to edit the Nightbot. But yes, Jesus Lord, y'all have a great one. Y'all be careful. I'm gonna work on that Nightbot RFK. We'll figure out something. All right, y'all take care. Okay, thank you very much again. Y'all be good. Enjoy the rest of your Saturday.